Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. In today's video we're going to have a look back at a short film that I filmed in Brussels, Belgium with my good director friend Noureddine Zerrad in 2011. This is a very special movie for me because in some way this was the first time that I ever had a professional film crew working on a project that I was involved in as the lead actor. This seems silly to say, but coming from really low budget films and finally having a crew was a game changer and an eye-opener as to what a real film making experience could be. My previous short films never had more than one or two people working at the same time, so usually the crew consisted of mostly just a cameraman and, if I was lucky, one extra person to hold a microphone. And that was already considered luxury. So for this production, Noureddine, or Noon for short, who works a lot in the Belgian film industry, hooked it up extremely well by hiring a bunch of professionals and some film students in order to make up a crew of over 10 people. We had a DP, 2 sound engineers, gaffers, a scriptie, and even a couple of PAs. So yeah, that felt good to be able to just go on set and simply focus on the acting for once. For this short film, we had about 30 pages of filming to do, so we split up the shoot into 9 full days of filming, breaking down the script according to what locations we needed on that day. We were even able to hold auditions for the female lead. And being a romantic drama, finding the correct person to act alongside me took a little bit of research. We did end up casting this very talented actress, Sylvie Meuter, as Corrine, and wanting to do a good job with the whole short film, we even did a couple of rehearsals, which is extremely important in order to create chemistry, especially when you've never acted with that person prior to filming. As for the character playing my aunt, we offered the role to Gudule Zuyten, who is an actress known for the Belgian TV show Septième Ciel. For me, this role was very special because it is based on my actual grandmother, who was always extremely kind and influential to me as a child. As for the story of the movie, it follows Eric, played by myself, who comes back to Belgium in order to attend his dad's funeral. Having grown up mostly in the US, he doesn't really remember Belgium too well as an adult. Being stuck in limbo, waiting for the funeral of his father and in a foreign country, Eric takes this opportunity to rediscover his homeland. Once again, this character in movie is extremely close to reality because I did lose my father at the age of 19, so being able to use an actual picture of him in the movie and filming a scene at the same cemetery where he is actually buried at just made this film so real to me. In some ways, this movie is kind of like saying a final goodbye to him and immortalizing him on film. As for the production side of things, as mentioned, the film was split into 9 days. With that being said, the first scene that we shot was at the northern train station in Brussels. This was kind of surreal to me because we actually had a permit to film on one of the platforms at that station. Of course, being a low-budget movie, we had to deal with real people taking trains, as we couldn't block actual customers, but being a real location with a real crew just made the first day of filming unforgettable. Another interesting thing about filming in Belgium is that they don't have as many film shoots as, let's say, Los Angeles. But because of that, getting locations for an affordable price or even free is substantially easier. Because of that, we were able to film in one of the busiest streets in Belgium, adjacent to the Mannequin Piece, which is Brussels' little peeing boy mascot. In that street, we were able to not only film in that street, but also get permission to film inside a shop, which was called Pelican Chocolate Shop and is a traditional Belgian chocolate shop specializing in pralines and obviously chocolate. In order to get the place for free, we did a little bit of product placement, but I think that was a pretty good deal. Plus, getting locations that are pretty much already decorated and ready to go is such a luxury. Speaking of extravagant locations that we were able to do and have for the film, well, there was one night scene that was filmed in the Grand Place of Brussels, which is the central square of the city of Brussels, known for its historical buildings and cathedral. It's probably the most touristic place in the center of town. Having a permit, we did get asked by the police if we had authorization to film there, but having an actual official permit, well, they were happy to oblige and left us alone the whole night. This again shows how much being organized and sometimes doing things the right way can really make filming so much easier. the thing with this movie is that I really wanted to highlight Belgium. So when writing the script, I thought of iconic places that could represent Belgium in a really good light. This is why there's also quite a few scenes in the film where I find myself just wandering in the streets of Belgium. When we were filming these shots, we thought that we'd be able to integrate them in the film as a montage sequence, but in the end, a lot of those scenes were just scrapped as they didn't particularly add to the story. We did end up filming at the Belgian coast though, which is definitely beautiful, but Belgium being the way it is, well, it started hailing and raining pretty hard. This movie was filmed in the dead of winter, so some of the days of shooting were pretty tough and really demanded quite a lot of patience in order to make some shots acceptable. The first scene filmed at the Belgian coast was somewhat inspired by the movie Before Sunrise, where many of the shots of the couple walking the boardwalk were one-shots without any cuts and just two people talking, ending up sitting on the beach. One thing I'll say is that even though it was cold, the scenes did turn out great, and as a plus, there really weren't a lot of people walking by, which made it easier to film. At the end of the day, 9 days of filming went by so fast, and I really want to thank Noon enormously for believing in this project, but also going so far as organizing everything and doing an amazing job with directing the whole thing, plus editing it from start to finish. Most people in this industry have great ideas, but few are able to complete projects from beginning to end. Noon really outdid himself on the production side and painted a beautiful canvas for this film. Plus, the film crew that was working throughout the whole movie was so eager to be on set and never really complained, even when we'd be pulling over 12-hour days simply because we only had that location for a certain amount of time and we knew that we had to complete everything in a specific amount of time. All in all, this project truly was a wish come true, and I wish I could be working on these kinds of projects all the time, but as all indie film projects, it's about having money, being able to pay everyone, having locations to film at and paying for those locations, feeding everybody on set and attaining a correct level of quality with good equipment, lighting and sound. But yeah, maybe because these kinds of projects don't happen every day, they are even more special once they do happen. But with that being said, I really hope that you guys enjoyed going on this little memory lane journey, looking back at one of my older projects. And if you did enjoy it, well, please be sure to subscribe, hit the like button. Also, well, I'll add a link of the short film in the description of this video, so well, be sure to click on it, look at it. And well, yeah, it is a low budget film, but it was done with so much heart. Well, okay, well, that's it. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.